Welcome to the Ask an Aggie podcast, where we're exploring the ins and outs of college life here in College Station. We want you to have the best college experience you can, so listen in as we dive into relevant topics that will help you navigate this new and exciting stage of life. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Ask an Aggie podcast. Asher here.
Jordan in the building with you as well.
I didn't feel like introducing him today.
Oh, that's all right. So, and coming back to the studio in the bridal suite is Kellee Scheer. So, welcome back. You did so well on your first one. It was a raging success.
Raging success.
We really don't know.
If you missed the study spots,
we're in the same
episode,
clothes, so they're going to know.
It was. We did film it
right before this.
30 to 90 seconds ago.
So, we're just going to power through a second episode.
Let's do it.
And we're excited. Kellee, you are in a sorority here, and that is such a college thing, right? A sorority and fraternity, and what does that look like? We've seen it on the movies. We know all about this.
Kind of a staple of college.
A staple. Oh, don't
That's
even
just a
bring that
hint
in.
at the study spot episode you might want to go check out.
Yes. So you're in a sorority. Tell us, you're coming to A&M, and we didn't mention this last episode. You're from Alabama, so
Yes.
you're an out-of-state student coming into Texas A&M for the engineering program, and because they paid you a lot of money to come here, because they were really happy to have you. Tell us, why did you decide to join a sorority, and just tell us a little bit about your experience with it.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm from Alabama, and it's a huge thing there.
Yeah.
I will say pretty much every girl I went to a small school, but pretty much every girl that went to a large state school in Alabama rushed or went through recruitment and
That's
joined
a
a
bad
sorority.
word. We don't say rush.
We don't say rush
recruitment.
anymore.
It's okay, but that was just something. I grew up, saw all the girls doing it, and I knew that I had some older friends who went through and joined a sorority and just really had a great time, and so it was a great experience. So I just kind of always associated that, like you said, with my college experience. So coming to A&M, I already did have that association, thinking I wanted to do it, but especially coming 10 hours away, where I didn't know anybody. I'd spent less than a week of my life in Texas. I was like, this is a good way to get involved. Since recruitment happens before the school year starts, I would at least,
You'd know some people.
Yeah, I would
absolutely
go ahead
did
and
you know
be
your
involved.
roommate when you moved in?
I did the roommate selector thing. So we met when I came to my NSC.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And then that's the only time.
But you had already scheduled. I mean, y'all were living
Oh,
together.
we were on the books together
Yes.
and everything. Yes.
Even if you didn't like them.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was a done deal by then.
Yes. So you say, all right, sorority is just kind of something that I've always expected to do. Tell us a little bit about recruitment. So what did that first, how long is it? And I know it's going to be different on this incoming group, right? Because of virtual and all that. But what did you take away from that week or so of recruitment?
So it was a week, like you said, and you have different rounds throughout the week that you gradually go to fewer different chapters and houses and see different things about them. But I really appreciate coming from an out-of-state school. I was able to go into it. It's pretty easy for me to go into it with an open mind, not thinking about, oh, I have a friend who's already in this chapter, or, oh, I've heard that they're really fun.
Sure, the
and,
stereotypes, they were all fresh and they all got a
Yeah.
clean slate with you.
Yes, so that was a really nice thing. But I feel like even if you are from Texas and you have a ton of friends at A&M, or just your mom went here, this, that, or another, I feel like it's still really good to try to go in with that open mindset.
That's good.
Because it'll be, where you'll be, not your friend, not your... You'll make friends, for sure. But it's just different rounds. So just during the week, you get to talk to different girls in all the different houses. And that was a lot of fun. And really, I had a great time during recruitment. It's just...
So then you come through the end of recruitment and they select you, you select them. How does that work at the end?
Yeah, so there's 4 rounds, and after each round, then a potential new member, which is someone coming into recruitment, will go through and kind of make a list of, what their top choices are. And it's not really entirely based on, your top choice, but just, the ones that you'd like to go back to, or the ones you had the best time at. And then the chapters will go through and do the same thing about, this girl's a lot of fun to talk to, or we have a lot of stuff in common with her, think she would fit really well. And then computer system, however that works, I don't know. But they go through and just kind of pair those. So the next day, for the first round, you'll go to all 13 chapters. And, this year you'll watch videos about all 13.
Yeah.
But typically, and then the next round, I'm not sure how many it's cut down to, but maybe like 8.
Okay.
So you have the opportunity to go back to 8. Don't feel bad if you don't go back to 8. Most people don't.
That's good to know.
Makes decisions easier later in the week.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But I know it does stress a lot of girls out when you don't have.
Yeah, because you're
everybody
getting dropped by someone.
Yeah, so chances are you won't get invited back to a house that you thought you just had a really good time at and really connected with the girl. But, it's both sides and it all works out. But then after that round, then you go make selections again. Then you have 6. You can get invited back to 4 or 6.
Sure.
And then after that, for the final round, you only go to 2.
Oh, wow. So that's down to your 2.
Yes.
And do you have to pick one at that point?
Yes. That
and
night
you have to hope
after,
they pick you as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much how it goes.
So you could pick one of the 2 that didn't pick you?
You can only rank the houses you got to go back to for the next round.
Okay.
So on the last day, you can't go and write down somewhere you went on the first day and never went back to.
The last 2.
Yes, of the 2 you just went to, you rank the 2. The chapters go through and do their.
Could you theoretically be picked by both of them?
No, you'll only get 1 bid.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering is if you got 0 bids, was the question if like you picked 1, like could you still at that point not get a bid?
I don't know how things are now, but I know in the past they've had it that if you did get invited to even just one party on the last day, which also isn't uncommon.
Yeah.
That as long as you get invited to a party in the last round, then you get a bid.
Then rest assured, like
if you make it that far, then
a highly stressful week.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, because there is a chance that you won't get invited back to any houses.
Yeah, for sure.
Which isn't common. Like, don't get stressed out about that. But and you can make the choice throughout the week if you're just really decide this isn't for you.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people who've dropped, on Wednesday, just like this isn't for me.
Yeah,
or some people just like. Especially like in a normal circumstance, like I think they have to like be outside and like dressed up, and they're like, I can't do another 2 days of this.
So what would you say? And this is really just for that girl that maybe gets dropped and just doesn't have a place to go. What would your encouragement be to her of just kind of how to handle that?
I think there's 2 important things to consider when you're considering dropping. Is if you're dropping yourself, I really wouldn't recommend that. Just unless you just decide like, hey, this is something completely different than I thought.
Yeah.
But if it's just because maybe you didn't get invited back to the house that you thought you had the best time at, like still stick it through the week.
Okay.
Like, plenty of girls have a hard, stressful week. There's a lot of emotions. You're tired.
Yes.
Nobody likes.
Did you cry any during that week?
I don't think so.
But you're not as much of a crier.
Yeah, I'm not a super.
But you saw some tears.
Oh no, for sure. Definitely.
Every day, constantly.
And I can get why. It's hot. You're tired. When you're going to all these parties, you don't really have a lunch break, so it's like. Just the whole
hangry, everything.
Yes. So emotions are riding high. You've just moved out. You're living by yourself or with someone you've never met before.
I'm stressed. Oh my god.
Yeah.
A stapler at the house.
I got secondhand stress right now.
So, all right. So
definitely
finish it out.
Finish it out. At least stick it out. Give it a fair try. Don't just say like, oh, we're on day 1 and I didn't. Like, you don't know most of these girls, and you're only going to meet. I don't know how I'll end up this week, but you're meeting less than 10 girls in the chapter probably.
You're getting a snapshot.
Yes, you're not even
of the whole chapter.
Yeah. So even if you didn't connect with the girl that you talked to, there's so many other girls that you can get involved with. But another thing is, if you're getting dropped by a lot of houses, don't just like completely give up on life. Like if you get dropped throughout the entire process, which isn't common, but stuff happens.
Sure.
Then you can. I believe you have the option to go through again the next year if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or some chapters will do like open bidding throughout the semester. So if Greek life is something you're really interested in,
I didn't realize that.
But also, there's plenty of other organizations on campus.
Yeah.
So if, Greek life, you do get dropped and you just decide it's not, or just period, if you decide this just is not what I thought it was, then definitely look into getting involved in something else. Just don't say, this didn't work out.
Yeah.
For sure.
This is going to be the end-all, be-all. My college experience is ruined.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's really, really good. Hang on, I got stuck. This never happens.
I know. I was ready to ask a question too, and you just jumped in.
You just go for it, and we'll just cut that out. I'm so sorry.
I'm pissed.
I think you should leave that in.
Can we cut? Do we have a spot to cut? I think we're good.
You asked. I had a question, and I just lost
it.
All right, go.
So Kellee, we've talked a lot about recruitment. But let's look at your full like experience. So you've been in a sorority for 2 years.
Yes.
I just have one question. Like, what has been the most valuable thing that you've gotten out of being in a sorority?
I think it's just such a cheesy answer, but just my friends that I've gotten from it.
Yeah.
My roommate freshman year actually joined the same sorority I did.
But y'all didn't know that was going to happen.
No, we did not know.
At all.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about it. A lot of people talk about it with their roommates. We just didn't. But again, we didn't know each other well.
Yeah, for sure.
So, everyone's crying anyway. We're all stressed. We're all tired. That's not the best bonding experience, or we didn't think it was. Maybe it would have been. But we did talk about it after the last round when we'd both, made our selections and everything. And so we knew that there was a chance on bid day that we get to go to the same house. And we did. So that was really fun and really gave us something to build that friendship upon, because we had a few similar interests, but again, I don't know this girl.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was really cool. And then I have another friend that I actually met during recruitment. You're typically in a group that you'll like sit outside the house in with your row gamma, and it's like 30 girls. So the first day you go to all your parties, just like a general meeting
That
spot.
makes sense.
So it's not just like hundreds of girls lining up at one place.
For sure.
And I remember thinking all week, like, man, she just seems like the coolest girl. She's just one of those girls that I wanted to be her friend. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I wanted her to be mine. Like, I wanted to be her friend.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know her that well. We just had like a mutual friend. So we did that, and then we went to the same house on bid day, and we ended up having just like a chemistry class together the next semester. So it was really nice to be able to walk in at 8 a.m. on a Monday.
Together.
Yeah.
Just
a natural chemistry. And there it was.
Yeah, just there.
Intended.
We made it through 4 semesters of chemistry together, 4 chem labs.
Oh. Wow. Were y'all lab partners?
We were never in the same lab, actually, but
that stinks.
we would always write our lab reports together, and so we're still really good friends. And those are probably my 2 closest friends, but beyond that, like, I do have a group of like 6 or 7 girls that I know if I text them, like, they'll be there with whatever. They'll loan me whatever. Yeah. And just generally
money.
Probably not money.
Now
that I think about
people
that.
Up for money. I don't know.
That's me, just always.
So I know we've gotten a lot out of this episode, but I do have just one last kind of question. I think, unless Asher's got anything else, but what's the commitment now that you've been in it for 2 years? To be in a sorority, what does that take out of you weekly?
So it definitely depends on like how long you've been a member. So your first semester that you join will be the biggest commitment.
That's good to know.
For time, financials, everything. Just because, you are new, so there's typically like a new member program that you'll go to, not super strenuous, but maybe like an extra hour a week or something. Yeah. Just things like that. But overall, my weekly commitment, we have chapter, and that usually about an hour. Okay. Of course, I stick around and talk to my friends before and after, so it turns into a deal. But if you really need to go somewhere, it's typically just that hour that's required. I know we have like a leadership meeting once a week as well that any member is welcome to go to. So that's an hour if you're looking at that. And then maybe, of course, like a social or something fun, a sisterhood event. Yeah. But typically, it wouldn't be more than 4 or 5 hours a whole week.
So it's not a horribly huge commitment.
It's not. You can definitely make it as time consuming as you want.
For
so
sure.
I know that as an engineering student, and being involved in different organizations on campus, like, it is nice to have that option of like, oh, there is this like group whole chapter wide event that I could attend. Yeah. But it's, I don't want to say easy enough to get out of it because I want to go, but like it's easy enough to be like, oh, I don't have to go to this, and there's not anything like
for sure. There's some flexibility there.
Definitely.
That's good.
But your first semester will be a little more stressful just because I know for me, I came in as a freshman, so it was trying to get used to like living by myself and getting involved in other things
just
and managing classes.
In life.
But it's definitely doable.
Good.
And time is manageable.
And so we just have one last question: Is it too late to sign up for recruitment?
No, it is not. So the last day to sign up for formal recruitment for the fall is July 31st.
Okay.
So soon. But even if you don't do that, then again, like I mentioned, some chapters will do like open bidding, and you can get on that list and kind of reach out to chapters if you're interested in that. I know some chapters also do a spring recruitment.
Okay.
And then of course, if you're not an incoming freshman and you still want to join, or maybe you're not sure that freshman year you really want to get involved, then you can always do it at any point in your college career.
Sweet. Wow, that's really helpful.
That's really
I've
great.
learned
Yeah.
so much about Greek life that I just had no idea
Yes.
about. But Kellee, thanks for coming in. And guys, we thank you for watching. Remember that if you have a question you want us to answer, just hit us up at askanaggie.com and we'll catch you next time.